Hi everybody! I have one of my very favorite books for you today, and this one is, it's the Little House on the Prairie books, and I love them all, and this one is really good. This one's called County Fair, and now I'm from the country, and we have fairs, and we have a county fair, and it's so much fun, and you're gonna get to hear all about it today if you've never been to a county fair. Okay. Once upon a time, a little boy named Almanzo lived in a farmhouse in the New York State countryside. He lived with his father, his mother, his big brother Royal, and his two big sisters, Eliza Jane and Alice. Early one morning, they all set out for the county fair. Father placed under the buggy seat the box of pickles and preserves and jellies that Eliza Jane and Alice had made. Alice was taking her woolwork embroidery too. But Almanzo's pumpkin had gone to the fair the day before in the wagon. It was too big to fit in the buggy. So they're all taking things that they've made or grown to the county fair to show them off. The roads were filled with people in their best clothes, all going to the fair. Mother and Royal and the girls got out of the buggy at the fairgrounds, but Almanzo rode on with Father to the sheds and helped unhitch the horses. Almanzo wanted to see the animals first. He and Father went past the tall grandstand and the church building where Mother and the girls were helping to prepare dinner. Everywhere men were shouting, "Step this way, only 10 cents, and prizes for all." So there are all kinds of games that they're playing. It's a lot of fun to have at the fair. Finally, Almanzo and Father reached the stock sheds. In one stall, there were 3 large gray horses. Their necks were thick and their heads were large, but their eyes were quiet and kind. Almanzo felt important and grown up, talking horses with Father. So they're looking at all the animals. Next to the horses, there was a crowd of men and boys around a stall. Not even Father could see what was in it. Almanzo squeezed between the legs, and he came out to the bars of the stall. Inside it were 2 black creatures he had never seen before. They were something like horses, but they were not horses. Their ears were like rabbits' ears, and their tails were almost bare. Do you know what kind of animal that is? It's not a horse. Not quite a horse, it's pretty close. While Almanzo stared, one of the creatures pointed its ears at him and stretched out its neck and roared, "Ee-yaw! Ee-yaw!" Almanzo yelled and hurried back to Father. "It's only a mule, son," Father said, "and you're not the only one who is scared either." Look at his face. It's a mule. Almanzo and Father looked at the cattle and the young steers and the sturdy oxen. They looked at the big white hogs and the smaller black hogs. Then they looked at sheep. Almanzo had not seen his pumpkin yet, but it was time to eat, and Almanzo was hungry. The church dining room was already crowded. Everyone was talking and laughing, but Almanzo just ate. He ate ham and chicken and turkey. He ate potatoes and gravy and succotash, baked beans and onions and bread. He ate pumpkin pie and custard pie and vinegar pie. There were berry pies and cream pies and raisin pies, but he could not eat one bite more. They are having such a feast. They're eating so much yummy food. At last, it was time for the pumpkins to be judged. Almanzo saw at once that his pumpkin was the largest of them all. If his is the largest, which one is it? Yep, that's the biggest one. That's Almanzo's. He tried not to care too much about the prize, but he wished everyone knew that his pumpkin was the biggest. The biggest judge took one pumpkin and cut a slice out of it. Then the judge cut open another pumpkin. Finally, he cut open Almanzo's own big pumpkin. All the judges looked carefully at the pumpkin slices. They tasted one slice and then another. Almanzo could hardly breathe. He's hoping that they like his pumpkin the best. Finally, the tall judge took a blue ribbon out of his pocket. He stretched out his arm slowly and then pinned the ribbon to Almanzo's pumpkin. Father's hand clapped on Almanzo's shoulder. All at once, Almanzo could breathe, and he was tingling all over. All the judges were smiling, and ever so many people said, "That's a fine pumpkin, Almanzo." So look, he got the blue ribbon. He won first prize. The judges liked his pumpkin the very best. And he's so happy about it. He's so proud. Afterward, Almanzo went walking with Father through the fair. They watched the foot races and the jumping contests and the throwing contests. The boys from town were in all the contests, but the farmer boys won almost every time. Almanzo kept remembering his prize pumpkin and feeling good. Driving home that night, they all felt good. Alice's wool work had won first prize, and Eliza Jane had a red ribbon for her pickles and preserves, and Alice had a blue ribbon for her jellies. Father said the Wilder family had done itself proud that day. So now they're tucked back into their carriage and they're going home. Almanzo was the proudest of all. Look, he's got his winning blue ribbon pinned on his bed, right by his pillow. He's so proud of the pumpkin he grew. The end. I just love it. Look at those beautiful pictures. The county fair. All right, I'll be back another time. Bye, everybody.